Imagine getting a phone call from a debt collector more than 5 times a day. Imagine checking your mailbox and wondering if it's a bill or a letter saying your car is getting repossessed. Right now, I'm in over $73,000 worth of debt, and this is how I got here, what it cost me, and how I'm trying to get out. One terrifying bill at a time. Welcome to my debt-free journey. I share everything, the wins, the mistakes, and really ugly days, so you know you're not alone. I post updates, tips, and real talk about paying off credit card debt and car loans, surviving bill to bill, and trying to find financial freedom when it feels impossible. So let's start from the very beginning. I got my first credit card when I was 18, which would have been 2013 or 2014, I can't remember. And I didn't have any debt, and I was really good about it. Fast forward to 2021, my first big moment came when a friend invited me to her bachelorette. And I knew I couldn't afford it, but I didn't want to let her down, especially because I was one of the bridesmaids in her wedding. So I swiped. That swipe was the start of a very slippery slope. I knew I was in trouble after the trip, but instead of facing it, I ignored it. I told myself I'll figure it out later. Later never came. And then one day I found myself using my credit card to pay for everything: rent, groceries, gas, bills, car payments, things I used to cover with my paycheck. Soon, every card was maxed out. My bank account was empty, my credit score was dropping, and calls started 5 times a day. Letters came in the mail saying my car could be repossessed, and at my peak, I was in over $74,000 worth of debt, and the worst part, I had no idea how I was going to pay rent, car insurance, or my car payments, or groceries. Debt doesn't just drain your bank account, it drains you. I can barely sleep. The stress makes it hard to even look for a job. My mental health shot. It's put a strain on my relationship. I feel disconnected from my partner, and just everything makes me upset. And I hid it all from my family, my friends, even my partner for a while. Debt is isolating. It makes you feel ashamed, and yet it's so common. How did I rack up $74,000 worth of debt? Honestly, all the above. Lifestyle spending to keep up with friends, emergencies that wiped me out, student loans, business attempts that didn't work out, and the truth, I said yes to too much. Yes to trips I couldn't afford, yes to clothes that made me feel valuable for 5 minutes. If I could go back, I'd say no more. I'd stop buying things to prove my worth. This month, my win was just making August rent, literally hours before it was due, and honestly, it only happened thanks to you guys. That's where I am right now, just trying to cover my bills and keep my car from being repossessed. But I've decided when I can, I'm going to use the avalanche method to pay this debt off faster. I want to hit those high interest cards first and free myself from the constant pressure. I'm still in the thick of it, still stressed, still struggling, but this time I'm not hiding it. I'm sharing my story because I know someone out there is going through YouTube at 2 a.m. feeling the exact same way, and I want you to know you're not alone, and it's not too late to turn things around. Another big thing that happened was my job. I had a job full-time, and I worked 6 months remote and 6 months in office. I was approved for remote, and so I moved. I moved back in with my parents, and this was kind of the very, very start of my debt-free journey, and the purpose was to save money and pay off debt. But unfortunately, when I moved back, which was in a different city, work told me that it was no longer approved, and I had to be back in office in a week. And for reference, the city my parents lived in was about 20 hours away, and I had to drive, and it was the middle of winter and the roads were insane, so it just wasn't an option. As well as I subletted my apartment, so I had nowhere to come back to live, so I was kind of forced to quit, unfortunately. So that was kind of the start of my debt-free journey, and also the start of my debt piling up because I had no income. If you want to follow my journey, the breakdowns, the breakthroughs, the small wins, the ugly days, hit subscribe.